Oh, excuse me. I personally know how difficult it is to have 18 tackles in a game. Welcome back, everybody. Week some of the replies, not even sure. JP, it's good to have you back. We're heading to Wisconsin, Iowa first, and Big Jack Heflin, get in my belly. You love to see the big fella celebrate here, JP.
Yeah, I remember last week you were boo-booing on the big man celebration. You had one guy who kind of lost his footing a little bit, typical for a bigger guy. Now this one I feel like fits right on in. Get in my belly. Definitely enjoyed it. All right, so this is my guy now. We got my guy over here, Tory Taylor from Iowa, and kind of mishandles the ball when he's receiving the snap on a punt, hits the ground, and he has the presence of mind to say, you know what, screw it, I'm not even going to try to pick it up. I'm just going to kick it off the ground, and it ended up being a pretty decent punt. Now, the issue is that it is, in fact, a penalty. I think there should be a rule change because this was a pretty sweet play.
Yeah, I mean, hats off to Tory Taylor. He gets fourth down quarterback of the year for this one. We gotta keep him off snacking on the popcorn on the sidelines prior. Good awareness by the young man.
Definitely.
JP, heading to the Sparty versus the Nittany Lions game. This was really impressive. The turnaround from this game, I checked in, Sparty was winning, and then all of a sudden, plays like this, Jahan Dotson taking this thing 81 yards with the hurdle over the top, and of course, making the kicker miss. You can't get tackled by the kicker. But we've talked about this dude all year, JP. Tough year for PSU, obviously, but we're going to see this guy playing on Sundays.
Yeah, he's a really explosive player. I mean, just everything he brings. Offensively, he makes some great catches, and he's talked about some of the technique on the routes and the focus to catch the ball. But then you see the value add here on special teams. Now, I'm going to give you my best Jerry DiNardo here because he gave this great analysis of this play on BTN over the weekend. He said, okay, catches the punt, gets behind the wall, and he's really, really fast. That's it.
Yeah, not much to it. Outrun the other team.
Yeah, for real. Now, you really got to appreciate this. Kickers have fun too, guys. Valentino Ambrosio came up big with his leg in the game for Rutgers. Goes into the locker room, and we get a little swag surf out of my guy. I can really appreciate that.
Yeah, I mean, swag surfing was, man, feels like it was 06 when that thing came out. Good to see a kicker celebrate, man. Kickers are people too, and they've had a rough go at it this year, so it's good to see one having a good time after a big W.
Absolutely.
Checking in Lincoln, man, and this dude was everywhere on Saturday. Moriano, Sori-Marin. I apologize if I butchered your name, brother, but I got to show you some love. This was an incredible day. It just seemed like he was all over the place in Memorial Stadium Saturday, JP.
Yeah, no, I mean, it was a beautiful performance. First off, we didn't know what the Gophers would look like. Second off, we didn't know what to expect out of their defense because they had struggled all year. But you have a guy come out here and have 18 tackles, and a lot of their players were everywhere on defense. I know just how hard it is and how tiring it is to have 18 tackles. I couldn't do it in just a regulation game. I had to do it in a game that went to OT. So really got to pat this guy on the back, man. Huge game.
Oh, excuse me. I personally know how difficult it is to have 18 tackles in a game.
That's like you every time we get some of these crazy catches. Like, oh man,
the most humble brag.
Look at KB out here. Look, it's a KB protege. That's what we do every time. Just wanted to give a shout out to all the seniors in the Big Ten overall. It was a rough year, obviously, with some of the craziness going on, and specifically for some of the seniors that had to do the virtual senior day. Some of them had their senior days canceled, just like this. Ohio State, we got John Cooper right here, who's kind of the heartbeat of that team, the vocal leader, guy that is depended on. He didn't have a proper senior day on a rivalry game, but just shout out to everybody. 2020 has been a hell of a weird year, but these seniors are going to be entering whatever the next phase is, whether it's the workforce or the NFL or beyond, with the adversity, and that experience will help mold them into bigger and better things.
Absolutely, JP. I think there's something to be said about this year and the quality of character that college football players have had to aspire to be. I mean, it's always been hard work. It's always been, tough situations, even going back to when we played. But this year especially, the grind is completely different. For these guys to be having their senior days taken away, that's brutal. So I'd like to tip my cap to them, and a big shout out to all the graduating seniors, and obviously every program as well. It's been a tough year and an incredible job, and best of luck in your future endeavors, without a doubt.
Had to give some love to the big guy right here, Chase Young, doing his thing in the NFL as a rookie. You're going to see him scoop and score right here. Now, I want you to notice the speed. This man is moving fast as hell, but I also want you to notice he doesn't even wrap the ball up. Like, he already knows he's about to score. Like, just pick it up, palm it the whole way down there. Get a man props because he's ridiculous.
Wrap the ball up. The thing is a pill in his hand. You see, he's carrying it. He's carrying it like it's a child's soccer ball. This dude is unbelievable, man. I tweeted watching Sunday just that he's an absolute monster, because he might be my favorite player to watch right now. I mean, he forced a fumble. He had that scoop and score, ice cream. Love to see it. And then he also had like a drop back in zone coverage that he then just absolutely annihilated Nick Mullins for a sack. Look at Nick Mullins. There's no one on the San Francisco team that even wants to tackle this man. Of course he didn't wrap the ball up, bro.
Yeah, no, I mean, he's a robot. I'm going to just put it like that. The man's not human. Yeah.
Terminator. Checking in, we got to show the SEC some love here with the Vanderbilt Commodores, man. This was really cool. Sarah Fuller, the first woman to ever score in a Power 5 conference game. I was really taken back by this, because I honestly, JP, I wanted to see her boot like a 55-yarder and just stroke it. But I couldn't be happier about this. The game is progressing. We're seeing females, referees, coaches, players, and there's absolutely room for it. They have very like-minded competitiveness, and I love to see this kind of stuff, brother.
Man, you said it. There's room for it, right? You all you want is people in the locker room who are going to show up, do the right thing, play hard, and execute their job. Yep. And she's done that so far, and you can tell her teammates are excited about it. There was footage after the game. There were players lined up from Tennessee to want to shake her hand and just congratulate her, because it is a huge moment and something to be celebrated. And, you know, there are a lot of people who never sniffed the field from their JV team that have an issue with this kind of thing. But when you see the real ballers out there and the real coaches out there who appreciate this and show love, I think that's the mentality we all need to have. You said it perfectly. There is room for this in college football, and she's done a great job so far.
Yeah, absolutely. There's room for it. And don't get it mistaken. You know, these people that are like, oh, it's a publicity stunt or anything like this, I guarantee you she has earned this spot. She didn't just show up and they're like, hey, you want to come kick for us? She goes to meetings, she goes to workouts, she does the right things, and that's why you get to see her make plays like this on Saturday.